although I haven't answered that question with Colt. Someone said, what question do you wish that people would ask? What would the answer be? I forgot about that.
You're live.
Wait, we're live?
You're live.
Hey, we're live.
Gosh.
Hey.
I apologize.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
Got distracted. Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Mayor Tyler Moore Show here on the Kokomo Post.
This
partnered with Robert Miller and
This
Son
is your
Furniture.
third podcast today, so
It's been a lot
I understand
today.
you're trying to
We're
catch up.
good.
That's fine.
My name is Drew Larison. This is MTM. Mr. Mayor, how are you?
Doing well. Thanks for the time off last week. I know we weren't on Monday because we were on our way back. I say we, meaning my wife and our family back from northern Michigan, marrying off my second daughter. So it was a wonderful weekend up in the upper peninsula.
Way up there.
Not way up there.
Oh, okay.
Getting close. Just upper Michigan. So, yeah, wonderful time, and made it back, and they're doing well, and life is good. So
Love that.
now we're back at it. So
Very cool.
thank you all for the week off.
Oh, well, you
From
got
the
it.
podcast.
I mean, if there's anything to take a week off, it's your kid getting married. Love that. Very cool. Well, let's give a shout out to our
Let's
partner
do.
over at Robert Miller and Son Furniture. The clock is ticking,
Isn't
and
it?
so are the savings. Robert Miller and Son's 70th anniversary sale
Whoa.
is almost over. Right now, take 30% off everything in the store: sofas, sectionals, recliners, mattresses, and more for 70 years.
Wow.
They've been serving Kokomo with comfort, quality that you can trust. Now it's your last chance to celebrate with them and save big. Don't wait. The anniversary sale ends soon. Shop Robert Miller and Son today before it's gone.
That's right.
Love that. Cool. Oh, by the way, okay, that makes up for me not realizing we were live. We have sound effects now on this show, which is great.
That
love
we don't control.
You know what? I didn't think about that until right now. That might be the scariest part. Oh gosh, there it is. So if you hear some loud noises, no, you're not imagining
Or somebody
things.
offers a great off-the-wall idea for Kokomo, and can... or that.
Save that one for the dad joke there. I love it. Very cool. Shout out to Robert Miller and Son for being the partner. What's going on at City Hall this week?
What's going on at City Hall this week?
Got any big meetings or anything like that
There's a
happening?
big meeting tonight. So City Council got a public hearing for the budget, which is the second of the third required meetings for the 2026 budget. So there'll be a little bit of discussion of that, hear from folks in the community that may have questions in regards to budget items and such. And then, of course, the controversial and ever popular and unpopular goes back to my fortunately and unfortunately passing of consideration on the second and final reading of the proposed trash fee that we're looking at. But outside of that, getting things together for this year's Mayor's Youth Council, which is an offshoot of the Mayor's Youth Advisory Board. For those who don't know what both of those are, there's probably a handful in the community that in decades past, as I had done, they were participated in the Mayor's Youth Advisory Board. At that point, it was only open to Kokomo high school students. Once I took office, knowing that the school districts are basically not, or the students weren't bound by the districts if there's availability, and everybody can go whatever county school they would like, and if they have availability. So I brought in the county schools, and so the advisory board is an opportunity for juniors and seniors in high school to act as additional members to nonprofits, to city commissions, to city boards, and such, just to get not acclimated, but introduced to things that are going on in the community. We want those future leaders to get the experience and see what goes on in Kokomo, as opposed to just hearing about it, but then also at the same time bring a little bit of insight and input to those commissions and boards and such. And at the same time, if there's issues or things that they see or hear that maybe the city specifically might be able to assist with, they then report back. So winding that down, but what we added last year was a smaller, more specific Mayor's Youth Council, as opposed to advisory board. Council made up of one or two specific students from each of the schools to form a smaller, again, council that would meet with me and look at specific initiatives that our young adults in our community might want to embrace. Last year, we got started a little late and was working on mental health issues within the high schools, which was very much needed and very cool how they all collectively embraced that. Also like to see them maybe commission an art piece for one of our art walks, kind of like the Career Center did last year or 2 years ago with the Career Center with the Kokomo sculpture there just south of Station 1 along Washington, but maybe a piece like that, or eventually work towards maybe some type of youth center.
Wow.
Baby steps and kind of pipe dreams, at this point, but getting that in place. Gearing up for a great and busy weekend. Obviously, First Friday coming up with the ever so popular now and anticipated post party. But that afternoon before that, the university is doing a blood drive that's partnering with the city of Kokomo. I think it's going to be at the YMCA again, and our friend to Kokomo, the Sammy Terry, will be present all day, meeting with fans. I grew up watching his shows and loved it, and so enjoy that he's now part of the First Friday. Hopefully this will continue to become a tradition. But yeah, donate blood and starve a vampire is kind of the theme with that, but that's a good lead into everything fun and festivities. Later that evening, down here at the intersection of Buckeye and Walnut, as well as the downtown area.
It's the whole downtown area.
The whole downtown area.
Yeah, post party is going to be great this year. If you're looking for something to do Friday night, first Friday in October is easily one of the best First Fridays that we do here in downtown Kokomo, and the Kokomo Post throws a massive little party.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, and it's going to be big this year. It's going to be really fun. Check out our page for more information.
Awesome.
All right, let's get into the questions that we have today.
Let's do.
The people watching live, if you have a question and you did not send it in pre-show, that's perfectly fine. Just leave it in the chat. I'll be able to pull that over, and we'll go from there. Let's get the first one going.
Let's go.
First one's from Tina on Facebook.
Yep.
What's going on at the Kokomo Reservoir? The water is the lowest I have ever seen.
It's been dry. I mean, it's dry everywhere. I mean, even if you head out to Green, there's areas in each of the creeks and other bodies of water almost statewide, or at least through central Indiana, that are struggling. That's part of the reason, too. I think a show or two ago, we had folks concerned with the smell and some of the foliage along the creek through Highland Park. A lot of that is because the water levels are so low due to the lack of precipitation that we've not had. And so the same way with the reservoir, if it ain't raining, it ain't filling. So that's the skinny on that.
Gotcha. And she had another follow-up. She said, plant fruit trees, Tina says.
Oh.
That'd be an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question is from Kelly on Facebook. My husband and I walked from UCT to Foster Park Saturday night with our dogs to hear the music. I was shocked how many trail lights were not working. In fact, I think the bridge on Phillips to the bridge under McCann, none of the lights were on. It was pitch black. Then as we got to Foster, I noticed several more were out. We love walking our dogs on the city's trails, and now with it getting darker earlier, working lights on trails are essential for safety. Is there a plan to get these lights working again? Thank you. Kelly on Facebook.
We've got a company working on it. So unfortunately, it was an unintended circumstance where an electrical line was cut, and so we've got a company in this week that's trying to run new lines to get to each of those. So yeah, that section's been out, but hopefully, depending on what they're able to accomplish yet this week, hopefully they'll be back on by this weekend if folks are using the trail to get downtown for First Friday. But there is work in progress because of that unfortunate situation.
Got it. Next question is from Byron. When did stopping at stop signs become optional?
Right. It's an unfortunate operator error on that. And I know that outside of just the issues with speeding, we've got, electric bikes or other motorized vehicles on trails, and folks running stop signs or issues at intersections. The KPD tries to do as much as they can and be everywhere as much as they can to try and be more proactive as opposed to reactive. But yeah, it's unfortunate that people are careless behind the wheel.
Gotcha. Next question is from Howard.
By the way, it's not legal to run through stop signs.
That's correct.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Clear that.
Howard on Facebook. Is this the example you want law enforcement to set? Blocking sidewalks so your kids have to walk out in the street on their way to the bus stop. Makes you wonder what other laws he is breaking. This officer knows he is wrong and does it. Ask the mayor if he thinks officers should be blocking sidewalks with their take-home vehicles while making kids walk around out in the street, putting them at risk. This one came with a photo of a cop car blocking the sidewalk in a driveway.
So it was a take-home car, and he's probably parked in the driveway, and the car is out over the sidewalk.
Correct. That is what's happening.
It's unfortunate. I mean, it's not just. I'm sure there's examples of that. If homes have multiple vehicles and they don't want to park on the streets, I mean, I'm sure it's not just the KPD officer, but yes, hopefully they would take that into consideration. And I mean, if they're all the way out in the street or the tail end at the end of the driveway, can make things a little questionable, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, safety's paramount. But yeah, we can reiterate to our officers and city employees that have take-home vehicles to do their best to try not to block sidewalks in residential areas, especially close to schools.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, yeah.
Next question is from Anthony on Facebook. I work in this industry and we do multiple different cities and towns. It always seems, unfortunately, that the city personnel are not trained properly to lay asphalt. When patching, you need to have the hole completely cleaned out, and I have seen that it is not the case. Anthony on Facebook.
Okay. Meaning like filling potholes or when work's been done?
When patching, he says. Yeah.
Okay. So probably potholes and such. Okay. Yeah, that we can give them a reminder as well. I mean, a lot of times I'm going to assume that they're out, especially in areas or times of the year that they are more prevalent. And so they're trying to knock out as many as they can to get it, to get them covered. So we will make a note to remind workers to do the same with that.
Okay. Let's give a shout out to Metronet, who is a partner of this show as well. Attention, internet lovers, which if you're watching this show right now, you probably do love your internet. At Metronet, we are all in. The price you see is the price you pay. Get 1 gig internet for just $70 a month. Plus, sign up for today and get a free installation. No extra fees, no rising costs, no annual contracts, just fast, reliable, 100% fiber internet. That's blazing speed for streaming, gaming, and working from home on multiple devices with zero buffering. But hurry, this limited time offer won't last forever. Nope. Just go to metronet.com and make the switch to 100% fiber internet today. Get Metronet and love your internet. Terms and conditions apply.
Very good.
Next question is from Lisa on Facebook. I see that the new water park at Jackson Morrow is already damaged. Have cameras been considered to monitor the area?
Yes. I mean, so those weren't originally part of the project. And actually, I know that there were a couple spots, and when it was brought to my attention, I know that we thought that it was vandalized, and actually it was a defect in one of the stairs, and so that's being repaired. So fortunately, it wasn't due to vandalism because folks really have embraced and enjoy the splash pad out there and are using it frequently, big flutter of activity. So if there's been other damage outside of that, I mean, yes, as we continue to expand, our cameras, along the trails and into the parks, that would make sense to have that be one of the locations for a few.
Got it. Next question is from Lori. Kind of talked about this earlier, but is there any way to get some more drinking fountains on the trails and better lighting walking back from Foster Park Trail to UCT Park? Thank you.
Yeah, so the lighting, definitely drinking fountains. A lot of that has to do with infrastructure that we'd have to run, small lines to, which could be a possibility, but just additional maintenance. So there's nothing in the works now for additional drinking fountains outside of the ones that are already strategically kind of in place. So I encourage folks to stay hydrated by bringing some of your
water bottles
with you.
Gotcha. Next question is from Chanel on Facebook.
Okay.
Have you ever considered an autism slash special needs park with a fenced in area, a park where equipment geared towards sensory play, tactile and vestibular stimulation, wheelchair ramps and wide pathways? Parks across from Kokomo include bits and pieces, but not one park has them all. Usually when they do, when there is no fence. There are countless family like mine in the Kokomo area that struggle to find a safe and accommodating place for our children to play safely. Chanel on Facebook.
Yeah. So as she mentioned, there's some of those ADA compliant or other types of equipment being placed in some of our parks. We don't have one that's specific yet. That's one of the ideas that we're tossing around for the place that used to house the skate park down across Webster from Jackson Morrow. So possibility of it being there, obviously having the parking on that side of Webster available already. So one of the possibilities.
Gotcha. Next question is from Rosalie on Facebook. When is everything you said would happen at the municipal stadium going to start? Rosalie on Facebook.
There's a lot of the things have continued through the summer. I know there's been some satellite games from Championship Park played there. Some of our local leagues played there. The Memorial Stair Climb, there's been a few benefits events there. We're planning on October 17th to have a family movie night at the stadium. We'll be screening the new Superman movie from the summer. So I think gates open around 6, and then they'll start the movie around dusk. So Friday, October 17th, down there for that. But as for the specific baseball team, that was part of the vetting process. We selected the new owner. They're getting secured in a league and getting on the next schedule. So all of that activity will begin next summer in the May time frame. When that season starts, but IUK will still be using it this fall for their women's soccer team and next spring for their men's baseball team. Kokomo High School will use it as their home field for next spring as well. This winter, we're still planning on having the frozen sandlot out there again, managed by Bridges Outreach. And so a lot of the activity has continued. It's just the college summer baseball team had to get established, get back into a league, and get on a schedule since that wasn't the case last fall in order for to get in there this summer. So it's coming.
Got it. Next question is from Esther on Facebook.
Hey.
What can be done to address all the cars sitting in yards and on the street not moving for months? There's a car in a yard in Lafayette Park Edition with no wheels setting on the ground. It's been there for several months, Columbus and Wildwood streets. This is just one example. Can't we try to get this town cleaned up? Esther on Facebook.
We try. Code enforcement is unfortunately busier than we want them to be. Folks are encouraged to contact code enforcement if they see or feel that a certain property is become more of a nuisance. Now, if they've got a little bit of clutter in their backyard or a more natural type of garden in the back and such, what some may feel are a nuisance may not necessarily qualify under the ordinance that's in place. But even then, when situations are called in to code enforcement, then an investigation begins. Usually the property owner is notified, and then there's a legal process that goes into place. So they usually have so much time to then correct the situation or move in this case, to have the car removed and taken care of. And then after that time has expired, then the legal process begins, about notifications and then whether cleanup. If it's a mowing situation, it's usually quicker to take care of. But a lot of times if it's cleanup like that with clutter and vehicles and trash and such, again, in order to gain legal access to that property, because it's owned by a private citizen, but to gain legal access, there's certain processes that must be followed. And a lot of times because then the owners may say, okay, well, I'm on hard times, can I have another 10-day extension? And so we try to work with the property owners, but yes, when folks start taking advantage of that, try to get on it. But again, there's a legal process that we must follow in order to gain legal access or to legally clean up certain properties that may be in certain disrepair or considered nuisance.
Sure. Can I ask you a question?
Sure, of course, always.
Are you craving high quality Japanese cuisine that will
read my mind.
create lasting memories for your taste buds?
Why is there some?
No, I wish, but you can get $5 off your bill when you spend $25 at Azumi Japanese Cuisine. You got a big friend group going, bring them in and get $10 off when you spend $50. You get a discount and a full belly. I call that a win-win. From ramen to sushi, Azumi has some of the best to offer, and you certainly can't forget a sweet bubble tea next time you are craving Japanese food. Make sure you come into Azumi Japanese Cuisine. You will not regret it. See what I did there? I kind of like snuck it in there. Like it was
perfect.
Just kind of sneaky. Next question from Chris. Can I meet Benny the Bull at the Kokomo Beach yet? Last time he was feeling a little under the weather and I didn't get a chance to meet him. Chris on Facebook. So
Chris had messaged me this afternoon as well, maybe shortly after that. I told him that Ben may make an appearance or two, at the Frozen Sandlots. We might catch him this winter. Otherwise, might have to wait till Kokomo Beach opens next year. But we'll try to find opportunities to get Ben out and around the community. Who knows? Maybe we'll bring him out to one of the first Fridays. I don't know if it'll be this first Friday, but we'll try and maybe find a way to get him out. We need to get him out into the community more often.
I need to quit keeping him in his barn.
In his pen,
his pen. Next question from Christina on Facebook. Will there be more funding for small black businesses, or would the mayor be willing to donate money or supplies for businesses in need? Christina on Facebook.
Specific funds for businesses, not just black businesses, but businesses in general. A lot of that came from recently, almost 5 years ago, when the city received ARPA funds. We put together a small business program, Kokomo Stronger, to support small businesses. We do have development specialists in our development department that work with businesses that may be startups or may be struggling. So I would encourage them to contact either Pritesh Shaw or Tom Tolan in our development department on the third floor of City Hall, and they'd have information regarding our revolving loan program and other opportunities that may help them. Otherwise, there's also the Indiana Business Development office over at Inventrec. They've got access to programs statewide that they may also benefit from. And so that's the, again, Inventrec Business Incubator on Furman Avenue on the south end of town, just off of Home Avenue. So 2 options there.
Gotcha. Okay, sweet. We are getting into the live chat questions now. So the first one is from Camden on live chat.
Hey, Camden.
Are there any updates on Panna Donuts coming to town? I saw this over the weekend, a new donut place coming to Kokomo.
Yeah, I saw that same post. The timings on them, I don't even remember seeing where their new facility
It's going to be, but, and it's one of those locations. It's funny, it like depends on how old you are, how long you've lived in Kokomo. I said it was the old Rax location on the Fountain. It's been like a AAA office for a while on the Fountain as well.
Almost
over by
Alto.
Supertest. Yes.
Yeah, almost at the Fountain and Alto.
That's
Very
where it's
cool.
going to be. Yeah.
Got it. No, I have no update. Had heard in a lot of that when businesses come in. More times than not, almost every time, really, they go through the Planning Commission office to make sure that permits are in place and that they're zoned properly and such. And so a lot of times, if there's no need for special exceptions of things and such. We don't always know that they're coming in because it's usually an agreement with the property owner on a lease agreement with the retail space and such that the city, and if it's already zoned, maybe a lot of times too, the planning commission doesn't even have to come into play on that. So a lot of times it's just between the property owners themselves.
Got it.
Very cool.
Next question is from Jason on live chat. Is there any idea if the bike trail will ever go south past Hampton Inn? Jason on live chat.
A lot of that, it is our desire to. Unfortunately, that strip from the Hampton Inn, which is just south of Lincoln Road on the other side of 931, with what NDOT has proposed for the bridge repairs there is to bring it back up to the surface level with the hopes that maybe one day we'd be able to work out a deal with the railroad to purchase that line. But that line, as well as the one from Deffenbaugh and Dixon southwest towards Rocheville and out towards Clinton County, again, working with the railroad company to try to come to a reasonable sales price to purchase that. So a lot of it's just accessibility. Because you wouldn't necessarily be able to run it alongside the rail line like they've done on the Industrial Heritage Trail, just because access and easements on that aren't when they run behind residential areas. So it would be our desire. Would love to see it happen. Don't know if it'll be anytime soon. Again, just because railroad is still king, I guess.
Got it. Pals for Paws. Let me get their full name. Pals for Paws Animal Rescue.
Okay.
Has a few questions on the water park. Lots of dogs and smoking and unsupervised kids. We love dogs, obviously, but they don't belong there. Also, what is the city ordinance / law against livestock? There is a house in Ivy Hills, half-acre lot that has a cow in an 8x8 pen, several pigs, chickens, rabbits. It seems inhumane and should be illegal. Pals for Paws on live chat.
Yeah. So start from the last and go forward. So the property in Ivy Hills has been under investigation and is in the process of being addressed and has for a few weeks now. Again, going through the unfortunate legal process that needs to happen there. So that's already being looked into and addressed. But as for dogs and unsupervised kids at the water park, I mean, yeah, it's definitely a concern. Unsupervised kids, animals, specifically dogs, that hopefully the owners are not, letting them run free. However, they're keeping them on leash. But if they're out walking, it's a great way for for dogs to cool down as well, just like humans. But hopefully they're keeping them on leashes. Don't keep them in there long, and are taking them to grassy areas if they have to relieve themselves in one way or another. But we can look into, if it starts getting a little too much, establishing rules for the water park or the splash pads. And obviously, they're not allowed into Kokomo Beach unless it's a service animal or it's the last Sunday of the season. The pooch is in the pool. But we can definitely look into kind of monitor the traffic and activity and see if it is becoming more of a safety issue. But definitely kids. I mean, it's unfortunate if kids are just getting dropped off or they're, I guess, working their way down to the splash pads themselves.
Sure. Next question is from Garing on live chat. Within the last few years, Barry Com tore up my yard repeatedly, adding junction boxes and conduit for fiber. Today, Metronet showed up at 7 a.m. and tore it up again. Ooh. Do each of these companies get to pull all of their own conduit and junctions in? Seems like a lot of duplicated work, not to mention the mess they keep leaving. Garing on live chat.
Yeah, and it's my understanding that whatever they disturb, they're supposed to restore. So don't know with those being private companies and laying the lines if they've got the necessary permits and licenses that they have to lay that infrastructure. I don't know enough about it to know, but I am pretty certain that whatever a utility company would disturb, they're supposed to restore. And internet is the same as water, gas, and electric. So hopefully those companies are making good with restoring the grounds that they're disturbing, especially if it's in a manner that he says is pretty bad.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Last question on live chat. Carl wants to know what the deal with Chick-fil-A.
What the deal with Chick-fil-A? They're moving along, unless he's referencing the Kokomo Press posting online that had indicated that the Chick-fil-A development had ceased for now because they discovered an Indian burial ground underneath it. That is absolutely false. The Kokomo Press is a satire site that likes to have fun with stories and potentially newsworthy things here in Kokomo, but that is not true. And as far as I know, they're still plugging away. I don't have a specific timeline as to when they expect to be completed, built, and open. I would assume that they'd be shooting for the holidays in November, December. So I'll watch it unfold.
Goodness gracious. Love that.
Yep.
Well, awesome. Thanks for those questions and thanks for those answers. If you have any questions that you are watching this show later, leave it in the chat below. We always go back to the previous episodes and all the clips to make sure we didn't miss any questions that were asked. So make sure you leave those there. Mr. Mayor, do you have a dad joke for us today?
Well, I was a little surprised that nobody had asked about trick-or-treating hours. That means Bree's not paying attention.
I think she's busy this week. She's got a lot going on.
But I know regardless, I hope it doesn't rain on Halloween because ghosts hate when it rains on Halloween.
I just hate when it rains in general, but tell me, why do ghosts hate when it rains?
Well, it dampens their spirits.
There it is. We'll work on timing. We'll work on that. Yeah. You had it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you for watching this episode of the Mayor Tyler Moore Show here on the Kokomo Post. We appreciate all the questions and answers today. Appreciate you being here as always.
Thank you for having me.
If you have any questions for next week, there's Bree. Too late. We're leaving.
Hey, all right.
If you have any questions for next week, leave them in the chat below. If not, have a great week, Kokomo.
See you, Kokomo.
See you soon.